Hey, what is up, everyone? Deadshot52 here, back with another Afterpulse live stream for you guys today. Welcome back, everyone. I hope everyone is doing well. I know it's been a while since I've done a AP, anything in AP, and I apologize for that, guys. Just been really busy with some stuff, but since this new update, going to go over a couple of the new features, some of the new stuff, gear, but mainly what I'm wanting to discuss with you, the players. Hopefully we can get some positive feedback, is some of the stuff that I feel that AP should change personally, and also some issues that some elite players have communicated with me. So this is going to be a live Q&A in my Discord. If you guys are not already in my Discord, be sure to click the link in the description of this live stream if you would like to chat and share your thoughts as well. So we're just going to be hopping right into this. Let me connect to Discord, and we'll get connected here. Okay. So, yeah. All right, we're going to look at some of the gear. If I can find it. It's been a while since I've been through here. I know it's in, believe, in the specialist crates. So, let's go through here. Okay, so there's the Night Crawler. If you guys do not know what this gear does, it gives extra perks for the new materials that it takes for upgrading your weapons and gear. Each separate gear set gives specific materials. So this one gives the silver XP for leveling up your weapons. Let me find the other one. The Hazamaru gives the blue material, which is the rarest material for upgrade. It's the replacement material for if you don't have a duplicate weapon. Okay, so the Shamrock gear is the green, which is pretty much just an additional XP material, which is a little bit kind of useless. It's it's just something else you got to have to collect. Each of these gear awards a better reward for using them in specific events. Myself and about 5 other elites were testing these out in the beta before the update came out, and there was we'll discuss a little bit more about the Hazamaru. I know there was a problem with that. It was extremely OP. I'll have to go through my my screenshots, guys, but I have stats of each one of these gear, and I'll try to post them on my social medias. But the portability for the Hazamaru and the defense on it was totally ridiculous. That was one major problem that we were talking about in the private Discord server with the devs, that it needed to be balanced. Even though the upgrading your gear is nice, the problem with that now is because they're not balanced. Now it's getting to the point where your weapons aren't really effective at all. So you're having people like with Hazamaru gear, and the Hazamaru, the new Hazamaru had it had like extremely good portability. Like you could like literally run with that Hazamaru, and you had over, I think it was like 60,000 defense or something like that. Get Wrecked had the stats on that, but that's one thing that I feel needs to be addressed, is things need to be more balanced. And yeah, so it's we'll try to cover as much as we can, guys. But one thing that I do like though is they're adding new gameplays, different game modes, and so I'm looking forward to testing these out. This one right here, the Headhunter, I did a couple of games with it. It's a little interesting. Not 100% sure what the purpose of it is. Yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you. But yeah, so it's just a little interesting. We'll run a game with it real quick, and it's a solo play. You're just playing against bots, etc. So,
things have been off balance for a minute now. Though, let's be 100 about that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I feel you.
I don't think that what they're doing is gonna help anything. Like, sure, but the thing is, if they would have kept the momentum that they had, then it would be a little more understanding. But we had been complaining. Look how long it's taken, and finally, it's only now changing. Once everybody that
is leaving,
was anybody has already isn't leaving. They've already gone.
Left. Yeah.
So what they should have done was, while they were ahead, they should have changed their motives on, giving players a better opportunity to get what they want out of it. Because at the end of the day, who's keeping the lights on? The players, the people pouring in money every fucking
paycheck.
So that should have been addressed a long time ago. But now that they're in trouble, it's it's now our fault.
Yeah, I hear you, and I understand, and I agree with you where you're coming from with that, and that's the thing that's I just lost my train of thought for a second, but yeah, it's one thing on Twitter is going along with what you were saying, Cowboy, is I don't want to say who said it, but there was one of the elite players was saying that that with this update, adding this new gear, making it, you can get these materials, and these materials are pretty difficult enough to get without this stuff, and now you're having to get a gear. The problem with this is they made this new update about the gear, and AP is already their game set is already about gear, and that's what differentiated AP from other games is their gear, the different setups and everything like that. And they shouldn't have made it, personally for me, they shouldn't have made it. I agree with what this player said, is they shouldn't have made it gear motivated in this update.
Well, what they should have done is, instead of, whatever about the gear, and that's all good, but what they really should have done was taken a look at the bigger picture, right? If you have people that want a certain thing, okay, and they're willing to work for it, right? Me being an Afterpulse player for, I would consider probably three years, which is, what? It started way back when, so actually more, but let's just, whatever.
For a little over 4 years.
Right, something like that. But the fact still stands that, okay, if you're willing to work for it, then let us work for it. But the thing is, it was always kind of like more, suited to the play to win type of player, the one that would get whatever at any cost. But then even those players didn't even, fully get what they wanted. Obviously the whole goal is to get everything, and
it's a collector. It's a collector game,
right? Yeah. So what they should have done is say, hey, okay, like work for this, and instead they got ahead of themselves, work for some other 7-star gear, that really, we didn't really need it. We were expecting it because there was a slot missing, but we didn't really need it at that point. When things were still good.
Yeah.
Now that they have that, instead of working for the gear that was already there, making their job a hell of a lot easier, in the process, but doing that, hey, you don't have the Dragon 6-star chest. Here's how you get it. Complete these objectives. Make it, semi-difficult, but let it be known that people have, a life outside of gaming. We aren't all, getting paid for content that, so they should have, realized that,
Well, AP with the big update, with the whole way the structure of the game was changed a few months back, where it's now you no longer have to have duplicates to be able to upgrade stuff. I feel that was a turn in the right direction,
right?
And that is, I really do feel that was a really good turn for what you're saying, for players that that may not have money to be able to just throw in the game. They can they can still play, and then they're getting stuff, and even though I don't have a duplicate of this weapon, I can play and I can get materials to upgrade it to where I want to upgrade it. But
it's
here's the
still
major
difficult,
Yeah, and that's
because
the thing.
Even to get those materials, because I knew we were doing it today, so I went and kind of bit the bullet and went back into the app, and I did a little bit of throwing whatever uses 4-star, just stuff. But what you get for it and what they're expecting you to get, like one of the
it's
gear
pathetic.
pieces,
Frankly, it's pathetic.
Changing a 5-star to a 6-star, right?
Yeah.
Or no, fuck that. Leveling it up. You have to level these things up now. Okay, just to level it up, you need 400,000 fucking gray things or whatever.
Silver materials. Yeah.
I don't get how the fuck.
Well, sorry.
I mean,
I agree with you.
How is a new person supposed to get that?
I agree with you.
If
100%.
even an OG can't,
I agree with you 100% on that. And this was one of the things I was wanting to address as well. The XP reward is beyond pathetic for materials. Another player on Twitter replied to a tweet of mine, and he was saying that he calculated just from playing the matches, because you also get silver material after you complete a match or after you win a match for each for gear and weapon, and you only get like 1,000 or 1,800 or something materials. And he calculated it, and he said that it was going to take over. He said he would have to grind over 8 hours to just level the gun up or weapon one time.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous. I do not have 8 hours to play in any game. I don't care.
And
what,
who does?
Yeah, I don't care what game it is. Yeah, and I mean, you guys can ask Cowboy or any, my squad. Even in any other games that we play, after an hour, I'm done. After 30 minutes to an hour, I'm done. I'm done gaming. Like, it's like, I have other stuff I have to do. And,
I mean, the thing is, though, they should have made the support a priority.
Yeah.
Things that go on in the Discord to where, that's another thing. For the time, there wasn't very much, cohesive support, tasks or whatever that needed to be fulfilled. And I mean, I'm not signed to anybody, so I'm able to say this. Call of Duty Mobile, okay? Even as big as they are, sure, it's going to take a long time, but at least you can understand that the players in Afterpulse for the time back then, we had literally set it up for them. We set up Discords that had practically all the actual, relevant players, okay?
Yeah.
And,
the elites,
we brought issues to them. And, but now look at it. Now things are starting to change once they realize what kind of competitor Call of Duty Mobile is. And I feel like it's kind of too late at this point, because anybody that was anybody, has either left, considered leaving, has taken multiple breaks within their Afterpulse play. I don't think that changing anything, like, adding these other, little it was hard enough getting gold. It's price. I haven't played, but I'm sure it's still as hard to get gold.
The only way you can get gold now, at least before, and this was another issue I was going to try to address as well, is at least before you could play in the ranked, and you could rank up and you could get 750 gold, or if you got high enough you could get 1,000 gold and stuff like that. Now the only way you can get gold is from buying it. And from logging in, you get 25 and then 50, and then finally you get 100 gold after logging in for 25 days. And then after you complete your daily objective, you get 50 gold here, but there's no way to get gold now. And the problem is there's not people in the servers anymore to be able to play ranked. So the only thing you can play is team deathmatch, which is full of bots. And and then this event, you get gold every 15 levels, but it's not any kind of big amount of gold, if you get what I'm saying.
And that's the thing. Like, that's basically what you need. That's not like an easy alternative, and then you can also get a substantial amount from grinding or whatever. It's now you have to buy. Like, that's what I'm saying. It was always ridiculous. Let's keep that 100%. I don't care who you are. Okay, you can agree that there is no way that I would pay $20 to get one gear item out of the store. Just one, whatever, $6. I don't care who you are, bro. That's a little ridiculous. Whenever now you have competitor, Call of Duty, you could get like a whole lucky draw or some stuff with like $20, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Something like that. But at least then that you can get it. It's not like okay, you're gonna, it's a matter of when you're gonna get it, if you're gonna want to, strive to get that. But in Call of Duty, it was always like, quote unquote luck. It's not really luck. It's more how much have you done for them? How much have you put in for them?
Yeah.
How bad have they screwed you over? And that's why, like I said, man, it's always been money motivated. But if they had a better outlook or perspective, and like actually had a better support team,
well, they need
something that, I mean, like, just listen to us. Like I said, we're your backbone. Okay, we're the ones that you're working on making things for, like keeping us entertained. That's why you play a game, to be entertained, to pass time during whatever, and now it's a better time than ever. Everybody's, well, it's kind of over it, but during quarantine and whatever.
Yeah, and I understand they can't do a whole lot. Yeah, and because
what do you mean they can't do a lot?
Well, because of the quarantine, they're limited to doing a lot of stuff. Most of them are working from their homes. So, but
okay.
But what I hear what you're saying, and I agree with you. And that's what I'm trying to do this platform for, because I let the devs that I talk to know that I'm doing this, and this is why I know it's delayed, guys, but I wanted to try to address this, and that another thing too is the XP reward from playing a game is really, you can't do anything in this game anymore without just nonstop. Even when I was playing, when we were all playing, big into AP, it was just a nonstop grind, and
Right.
it's like you literally have to have no life to
Right.
get anything in this game anymore. And I feel that it needs to be better XP. And when I was testing the beta version, I was talking to one of the devs, and I was sharing these things privately. And I'm not trying to talk bad or anything like that, but and then he had suggested me sharing it in the private Discord that we were in, and I was sharing these thoughts, and a couple of the other elites were agreeing with me and sharing their thoughts. And one of the devs just kind of shot it down, kind of that, well, we've been told this, and pretty much, we're past that. We don't want to hear that. We only want to hear what you think about the gear. And that's, AP guys, if you're watching this, that's the wrong motivation. You need to listen to your players, because what I was suggesting was that things needed to go back to the way they were. Like, remember when the game was on 3-day rotations, and you could rank up, and you could get gold, and you could get seasonal crates?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was saying, and they were like, well, we put it on 1-day rotations because players were complaining that they were getting bored. Okay, I understand that. I agree with that. Because remember when they were doing it for like months, 2 or 3 months, and it was the same event until they had a new update? Yeah, that was boring, and I completely understand that. But what I was saying was, what I was trying to bring to them was, from players that I've talked to, and Cowboy, you can share my input after I get done saying, is it needs to go back to the way that was, but still keep it on the, either it's 1-day or 3-day rotations, but make it to where the players can grind to get, maybe if it's not gold, what about the new materials? Make it to where they could grind to where they could get, 300 blue materials and, 700 green, and then so many thousand silver. I was trying to share ideas that, because players aren't getting anything, so therefore they're not going to play the game anymore, because it's just it's an endless, monotonous cycle that is nonstop. And I was, I personally feel that if they was to put things back the way that would be a better setup, because then players are like, oh, wait a second, so I can grind for this, and then I get materials, and then in the games they need to reward better XP, because playing 8 hours to just level your weapon up once, I'm sorry, that ain't happening. I cannot play anymore. I cannot play a game for 8 hours nonstop. That's any game.
Okay, and then also, okay, it's kind of closed-minded that, this shooting down of an idea, because, if you have a majority, in no instance is everybody going to be happy. We're just going to, that's never going to happen, okay? This isn't, some perfect little, but the main thing is, if most of your community, which, like I've said, it should be easy enough, because, we basically have a majority of the community in one central area. Get all of our feedback. Let us not argue, but, provide input to better your game for our sake, for y'all's sake. It's kind of like this, okay? Why do you play a game, okay? It shouldn't be a job, right? Unless I'm getting paid, I'm not wanting to look at a game as a job. I want it to be something that is providing entertainment or fun, okay? So I want to play on my time, and then yet still get, decent enough objects in the game, So think of it like this, okay? Call of Duty, right? You play whatever, do these certain objectives, and you actually get it. You get whatever's new, okay? And they've listened to their community, okay? We said, hey, we want we want the HBR because this shit's way too OP, like it's a laser. What are they doing? They're in the works of right now adding the HBR. They've added newer weapons that can counter the HBR. You know, it's not gonna, let's say, make it a better game, but it's surely gonna make a better outlook from the player's perspective. So, they're actually listening. So just listen to us. Like we're not the ones making the decisions, but shouldn't we be able to at least voice our opinions and influence the game that we play on a day-to-day basis?
Yeah.
I think that if they really wanted to make things better, focus on, not being so desperate and, money hungry per se, but, make it to where, you can actually, for a reasonable price, get something that will help you if you need, or, kind of like skip this whatever kind of time or objectives, whatever, to get this certain item, but make it available, right? Like it's kind of, I don't know. I feel like if it's unattainable, then what's the point?
Yeah.
Like make it easily obtainable for all, and you might have a better outcome.
And that's where it goes, back to what I was saying. I agree with you, and that's okay. So like we're talking about, like right here where you're having to play. Let's use this for example, where you have to level up 200 times to get this gear, right?
Yeah.
I personally feel that's, if you're going to have something that high, you need to be rewarding a hell of a lot more XP than what you're giving players.
Either that, or I mean, at least, let's have a reasonable thing, right? Let's say you've got 4 weeks to complete 50 levels, right? So, that's not terrible. That's kind of what Call of Duty Mobile's done, right? 50, and then you have, another but also when you're done, let that person continue to the next one, like continue over to another, because then it gets stale, and that's how you keep your community interacting with your game. You don't just, okay, here's this, but you don't really, need this. You want it, but, are you willing to work for it? Sure. But, that still doesn't mean that, like, I can get exactly what I've been wanting, like, okay, for instance, and you can attest to this, okay? I wanted that 6-star Panther chest for the longest time, or the owl head for the longest time, right?
Yeah.
And say what you want, anybody that's watching, but if I couldn't get it in the amount of times that I've played, and
you put hundreds of hours in AP,
I would dare to say tens of thousands of hours.
Well, that tens of thousands is a little high, but at least a couple of thousand hours.
No, dude, I promise you, I've put in too many hours in AP for what it's given me.
Yeah.
I was only able to, do the best that I could to, kind of keep my leverage, with the people that were spending money. And that's another thing, even the people, like I said, I was able to keep up with the people that were spending money because I grinded. But what about the people that, like I said, what if you got a life? Like, what if you have a job? Sure, you might not be able to get this and that, but you should be able to get something, that you really want if you work a decent amount. But something that's outrageous, like I just I
Yeah.
think it's still going back to the maybe not greed, because they're kind of lenient. Hey, we're not pushing that we want you to spend money. In this new update, you can do this, but if you are actually considering, it working, you're gonna have to put forth money. So it's kind of like, like a hand under the curtain, if you would say, like we're not really saying that you have to, but we're kind of implying that you need to,
Yeah.
I just,
And you
like I
see
said,
they are listening, because back way back when, a year or two ago, whenever it was that when we were saying that we all wanted to play with friends, then they finally added the squad thing. But
but
the problem is look
finally, finally,
look how long it took.
exactly.
And that's, I agree, and I get where you're coming from. And that's why I wanted, this here, guys, I wish we had some more of the old, AP players in here. This is just a free platform for you guys to share what you want, whether in the comments or in live chat right here. Use this opportunity, to share what you guys think. I'm sharing what I think and things that I've read and heard from, other players. And then Cowboy here, he's one of the OGs. And, and the thing that's sad for me is, I've built my community on AP, and I met, awesome players and awesome people through the AP community. So there's a lot of sentimental value to me with AP. And it's just, it's sad for me because, the OG squad was myself, Cowboy, Pond, Ozzy, and us four were we were the four, tears of, AP, I dare say that, but then then they've lost, big hitter players like Rest in Pieces, Willis. They lost Willis. When they lost Willis, that was a big hit to them. And, and I've been able to interact with awesome people with it, through AP. And it's just, if they would just listen more and try to apply. And one thing that was said to me by the dev when I was trying to bring these ideas is they said, well, we have people telling us something different, that they like it on one-day rotations. I'm like, no offense, I don't know who you're talking to or who you're listening to, but that's not what I've heard. So I don't know. It's, this is just a platform for everybody to share their thoughts. Because, the devs are aware that I'm doing this. So, pretty much any feedback you all give, will more than likely be seen by Digital Legends and AP devs. So,
Well, okay, so on that note, if they really kind of took a step back and remember where they kind of came from, they, like I said, for the time they were one of the best graphic,
X Gaming. That exactly, that's my point. Sorry to cut you off, Killer. X Gaming's in the comments here. Yeah,
okay.
That's what I'm saying. X Gaming. If you would like to join VC and Discord, man, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, that's on that one-day rotation thing. That's where I don't know where they're getting that from. I don't know who they were talking to or what group of players they were talking to, but evidently I guess they got feedback that they're like, oh, I understand that players are getting bored after having a month of just doing the same thing over and over. I understand that, because that got boring. That is.
Yeah.
But put it to 3-day rotations. Okay, so let me explain what I'm saying here. So back to where it was before, where you could grind for 3 days and you got up and you got seasonal crates and gold and stuff. Put it back to that. But say, like, okay, so like the first 3 days of the event would be okay, let's say Gamma Protocol, and then you grind up and you either get gold, or I personally think they should add the materials, upgrading materials, XP materials, and then the next 3 days it be defend the zone, capture the flag or something. Still do the rotation to where you're pleasing your players, where it's not boring, but yet you're giving the players time to grind to get something, and then it resets again, but then it's something different. It's still the same effect, it's still the same thing, but I feel that's a better compromise. I really do. I feel that is a good compromise, and guys, tell me what you all think. I mean, Cowboy, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, I think that, that would be a start. Let us, if they had more of material or whatever, sure. Or, the crates. You remember the crates? Those were good,
Yeah.
But, don't make it so minimal. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it something that's actually, it's not like counting by ones. Like let's actually do, some appreciation for once. Like let's give, maybe not 100, but like at least 10 or 15, 20. 20 would be a fair amount if you'd ask me, because think about it. You're playing for an hour, and each match was what, 5 or 6 minutes, something like that.
Yeah, each match is 4 minutes.
Okay, 4 minutes. So yeah, it's been a minute, but still make it something that's not so okay. You worked for this. Yeah, you did good. You got so many whatever kills on whatever, but you only getting this.
Yeah.
Come on,
and yeah.
Also, what they also should do, if you ask me, is I kind of want to say build. Okay, let's say this, right? The upgrades, okay? We used to have fun, when all of this started with like 3-star GLs. Like it was actually fun, because it was all we had at that time, but it was still worth playing. It was competitive, and engaging more than now. It's it's become either who has the most protection and all this other whatever, or who spends the most money. But make it more, okay, yeah, we have the same weapon, or the make it to where you're able to get the same weapon as your opponent. You see what I'm saying? Don't make it so don't make it so pay to win. Like it's kind of like, if you have the ability to get, let's say, a 6-star Bobcat without waiting 3 fucking years to get one, or spending a fuck ton of money. You know what I'm saying? Like let's keep it a little more not so dependent.
Well, that's what it's on right now, X Gaming, is it's random. It's on 1-day rotations, and it keeps switching. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, Cowboy.
But you remember, okay, also, you remember the combined events?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vaguely,
those were alright too. Yeah. You'd put in so and so amount of weapons, for something, you'd get a whatever, skin that was on, Adam, Hadron, whatever. You could get that, you know what I'm saying? And you had kind of, a certain chance to get whatever, AARS, or, A2P, AS.
Well, like they're saying, like what they were saying about, what I don't understand either, just a side note, is they're talking about that, the players were saying that they got bored after, constantly having to do the same thing, and they put this thing on rotations. Well, what about the event here where you're having to level up 200 levels? That gets pretty boring, to be honest.
Oh yeah.
So
and then you're not. I mean, and then they spread it out, because they want you to play those 200 levels. They don't have like, hey, you can get this, part of the gear right here, and then, but no, they have all of the shit that you want at the very half-assed, and then, like, come on, so you're basically, if you really, want it, are you gonna work hard enough, or spend fucking money?
yeah,
It shouldn't be, hey, I gotta spend money to get it for a reasonable amount of time. It should be, hey, if I play a couple of hours, maybe, I have a to get it done. But when you're, and then making, like you said, the XP whatever, so minimal, then yeah, they're just really, I mean, kind of playing us as fools, seeing how many people can actually get whatever it is that they want,
yeah.
But like, the material thing, right? Okay, you know how they have the 2 weapons, so you could make like a 6-star, of the newer weapon for the 200 levels.
The what? Again, sorry, come again.
You'd get 2 5-stars in the 200 levels.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Whatever.
The new Delta weapon. Yeah.
Okay. Instead, what if, I would find that, hey, let's put, if we're gonna be, sane about it, let's say instead of 200, make the levels 50 levels, and at level 25 you get one of those weapons. So now you don't have to go to level 50 if you don't want to, because you got these little fucking blue coins or whatever, right?
Well, here's the thing. If they're going to make the XP, if they're going to make it difficult for you to level up, they don't need to have no fucking 200 levels. I'm sorry, but it's hard to level up. If you're going to have it hard, if you're going to give us crap XP, this is what I feel. I agree with you, Cowboy. It needs to only go to level 50.
Yeah.
If they're going to make it hard for you to get XP, it needs to only go to level 50. 100 would be the max. 100 would be the max.
And quit putting bullshit rewards that nobody gives a fuck about, right? Like, or at least quit prolonging it, like I said, everybody's got lives. We're not fucking zombies just standing, sitting at our desk just playing this fucking shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I got plenty of other shit that I can do, and what makes me want to play a game, especially your fucking game now that it's all shit.
Have fun and relax.
Make it right, but make it engaging. Make me want to have fun on your fucking game, and make it relaxing. Not, hey, you got fucking 30 days to get 200 levels. That's gonna take you, all fucking hours of the night to try and get,
Yeah. And it takes you like 4 hours to level up 5 times, 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous. Like, who has 4 or 5 hours just nonstop to play? I don't. Like you said, I work, you work, we all work. The majority of the community, are, we work, we have jobs,
Yeah.
So and that's what I'm saying that's my point is like, they need to reward better XP and not have the levels so high. And bring back the rotations back.
If I was to make a suggestion,
go ahead.
If you really wanted to, let's say, kind of bring the community back, quit being so fucking, selfish about it, and make it something that'll bring us towards you, that we can all, as a community, get back together. Because if one of us comes, as of right now, I doubt anybody else follows. But
yeah,
if you make it, something that's Like,
Word coming
hey,
back to, hey, there's some actual changes.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, or at least, hey, you've been playing this game for how fucking long? Hey, that's worthy of some fucking recognition. God damn it, you know. Let's give you something, and the newer players, let's give you something. Maybe not as good, but something that you can make just as good. With these little bullshit coins or whatever. Like, I don't, you know, just kind of give credit where credit is due. It's kind of the bottom line for me. We all are doing the best that we can with what we got, and that's still barely fucking good enough. Imagining these, noobs or whatever, the new players, if there are any, that would blow my fucking mind. But still, anybody that does, oh shit, stumbles across AP, let's see what this is about, and then they get a little, oh cool, what's this, and then they get fucking slaughtered by pro players. Give them something that, let's say,
give like a starter. I get what you're saying. Like maybe give something to boost the, a new coming player. I get what you're saying.
right, but don't don't overshadow the ones that have been doing it for
For
5
years.
fucking years.
Yeah,
Right.
for years. Yeah.
And when you got players, that don't know what the fuck they're doing, look like a chicken with their head cut off, but they got a, AARS, and then you have an OG that's never seen an AARS in his inventory in its fucking whole Afterpulse career. Now, what kind of sense does that make, Sure, he might have other shit that the noob doesn't, but what if he really fucking wants the AARS, Then how's he gonna get it if you won't give him the chances, Oh, they're random bullshit. You got it fucking... You got numbers on that shit. How many, whatever the fuck, how many hours. It's all calculated, bro. It's all, what you gonna do for me, and I'll give you a little taste. But, like
Going off on
man.
a rant there.
No, but for real though.
No. I get what you're saying. Yeah. No, I understand.
Even, let's say, okay, let's say I didn't have an AARS, right? But I fucking want it because I keep getting killed by these guys that have it.
I remember those days. And then they nerfed
right.
it. Then they nerfed it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And then they reskinned it and then took the fucking Delta out of it. And really, what kind of a fuck fest were they running then? Anyway, I mean, still, let's say that, I mean, like I said, if that's the one that's fucking killing me, that's the fucking one I want.
Yeah.
That's the one that's gonna counter whatever this fucking guy's got, So that's the one I want. But if I can't get it, then how am I supposed to go against some shit like that, It's not even a fair chance, you know what I'm saying? Because now you got the little coins that can, make a 5-star, 6-star, whatever the fuck in case,
Well, you can upgrade it all to 7, but it...
What if I don't have a 5-star though,
Yeah.
What if I fucking can't even get that? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck?
Yeah.
I still can't get it.
Give opportunities for players, which, honestly, I mean, I understand what you're saying, but the problem is they're not going to change that structure for, like, Delta weapons like that.
Yeah.
I understand, because if everybody could get that weapon, then it wouldn't be... I don't really want to say fair, but yet at the same time, it wouldn't really be fair, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I understand, because they need to have more things for Delta weapons. I do agree with that, and that's something that maybe if they would listen to, they could add in the future. But right now, we can only try to request for them to try to fix or make different certain things, and it's unfortunate, but they're not. Bottom line is they're not going to do what you're saying, or asking or saying what they're going to do. They're not.
No, and that's why people have left, because they refuse to. Yeah, sure, you kind of change the dynamics, but I mean, introducing this fucking bullshit, that's changes the dynamics just as much. And for, I would dare to say for the worse.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that they're kind of trying to put on that, hey, we're trying to help you. But are you though, or are you just saying, are you just changing the dynamics of it? It's still fucking hard, but it looks better on paper. It looks better in videos because, when we were introduced this, hey, we can all get it. But what if you don't even have a place to start to get that weapon?
Yeah.
And then the fact that it's so fucking difficult, like I said, I went into the app and bit the bullet, and I went in there and I started dismantling, 4-star piece of shit, whatever. But thinking about, as a noob, you're trying to hold on to whatever the fuck you can get your hands on.
Yeah.
And, throwing it all into one thing, sure that, in some people's eyes it makes sense, but it's not very practical because you're like trying to build up your loadouts and shit like that. So, and then the fact that you can sell it for fucking, you can still sell your gear for bullshit, no, I mean, that don't make no fucking sense if you ask me.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting any profit on it, you're just fucking losing either way. You're either dismantling it and getting shit for it, or you're fucking selling it for absolutely nothing.
And then you're having to grind for two different things now. It's not just for weapons, it's grinding for to get gear or gear XP. And that's my biggest point right now is saying that things you need to reward players, because I feel that when they added the dismantling and being able to upgrade your stuff without having to have duplicates, I believe that was one of the best things that AP could have added to their game.
Yeah.
But there's still we're going to screw you this way in there. And,
right.
AP devs, I know you're going to probably get pissed off at me, but it is. That's how the elites feel. And
right.
We don't have time to grind 20 hours to try to get something of, I leveled up my gear 5 levels. But it just took me fucking 24 hours. It's like, no, there needs to be better XP rewards. If you're not going to give players gold, there needs to be XP rewards for this dismantling gear. There needs to be when you play a game, you need to get at least enough XP to get you half a level for a weapon. Not grinding 8 hours to get it leveled up one time. No, one game should give you enough XP to get you halfway leveled up through one weapon. Or one level, not all the whole way, but one level should get you halfway through. And then you play another game and then you finish it. You get it, okay, I got it it's at 20 right now. I play 2 games, I get it to 21. You get what I'm saying? And then the same thing with the gear. And then with the 3-day rotation is what I'm talking about, is if they're not going to give you gold, I understand AP needs to make money somehow. I understand that. But if you're not going to give players gold, okay, keep the gold, and to where the only way you can get gold is purchasing it. Okay, because that's the way it is right now, so it's not really going to change anything. But add the 3-day rotation, what I'm saying, add the 3 rotation, and in place of the gold reward from the ranking up from playing, give the players the blue materials and the green materials. And then the silver you get from playing the game, from playing individual games.
Right, that seems like a fair enough.
That's what I am really trying to push for AP to try to change right now, guys. Because that would make it to where, okay, I feel that that's worth me playing for. I'm feeling that I'm getting something.
But clarify that you're not playing for a chance to get blue, and then if you
not
don't
a
get
chance,
it, you get
not a
little,
chance. No. Like it was with the gold.
Yeah.
Like it was with the gold. is you got when you got to whatever I forgot what I'll have to go through old clips, live stream clips, and figure out the different ranks. But once you got to that certain level, you got 750 gold plus
like master or something.
Yeah, master, and you got seasonal crates. Well, if you're not going to give us crates and stuff, take the crates, take the gold out, and give us the blue materials, because that blue material is hard as hell to get. You can't get that shit unless you're dismantling a Delta weapon.
And that solves a lot of problems with getting what you want, because if you do, it's somewhat, back then I wouldn't have said this, but it's kind of easier now to get, 5-star deltas. You get them. If you play enough, you could probably get them. And if you have a 5, that's a great start. Now you can get it to a 6. 6 is good enough to do a lot of stuff with, but then you're always wanting that 7, right? So you're going to keep working for it. Finally, you got that 7. Now you need something else to do. So give us,
I agree with you, X Gaming, and I agree with you, Cowboy. Let me read what X Gaming's saying here in the comments. He said all right. I'm pissed that there are gears you need for new modes. This is what I did not like. To make money, make everything available to be purchased, or alternate for blue gears and for guard. Okay, yeah. I get.
But for a reasonable price.
Yeah.
$20 for one fucking gear? Come on, dog. Like, at least get the whole fucking gear. And then whatever.
Well, if I'm spending $20, that bitch better be at 7-star maxed completely. Like,
even or like let's say it's 6-star, whatever, whatever the case, but it's a good gear, like full Praetorian, right? If I already have the head and the legs, I'm gonna buy the chest, right? And then I want I still want my head and my legs so I can dismantle and get some reasonable fucking coins or whatever.
Yeah.
To put into another gear that I want to, because now that I already have the full Praetorian, I want, let's say, the full dragon, or I want the full owl, or I want the full panther, or I want, whatever the fuck I want. I can put those towards it, but it's still keeping in mind, yes, I already have it, but it's 6-star gear and I purchased it. That's 1/3 of what I fucking purchased. So let's act like it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's 1/3 of how much I fucking grinded to get it. So yeah.
What's up, guys?
Yo, Ozzy, what's up, man? What's up, homie?
Yo,
dog, what's good?
nothing. Just been listening to everything y'all saying.
Creep as usual.
Dude,
Bro, it's
AP
been a
sucks,
minute.
dude.
It does. I can agree with you. And
I haven't even touched it.
Bro, we need to play COD together, bro. We need to figure out how to get you in the US servers, bro.
Dude, I haven't played COD for a while as well, dude. No, I don't know. I just got bored of it or something.
Okay, X Gaming says one more idea is to update the daily login rewards. No one wants AG10. Yeah, I could agree with that.
That's true too.
I agree with that. There should be better.
And
actually, I almost think if they're not going to be, I almost think they should reward more gold in the daily stuff. Even if it's just 25 gold, they should have more gold throughout the daily logins. Personally,
okay. I want y'all's opinion on this, because that actually just sparked some real good thought, and I think we could be onto something here. I know they fucking won't do it, but let's say I'm actually, putting in the time to, keep consistently entering the game, right? For a whole month, 30 days, right? So let's say at the very end, the last 30 days, it's not a chance to get some bullshit. Let's put a Delta weapon, 5-star. I don't care if it is a 5-star, but let's put it in there so that new players and old players, and then every month change out that calendar and have a different Delta weapon.
I mean, I could hear that. I hear
that. Doesn't that make sense? And then you have something.
But
they're
not going to add a damn Delta weapon in there. And if they do, it would probably it would probably be some shitty one. But wait a second. At the same time, though, that's actually not a bad idea.
That's what I'm saying.
It's not a bad idea, actually. And that's what this whole thing's for, guys. Share ideas. Comments, live chat, VC, and here in Discord. Share the ideas. Come on. We need feedback.
and then you can use that to level up.
To get the blue materials, try to get blue
Right.
materials or level. Yeah. Even if it's just a shitty delta, it doesn't matter. As long as it's a delta, you're getting better dismantling
Right.
materials.
Instead of an AG10, that doesn't give any blue material for dismantling. It gives what, fucking one,
Yeah.
at most.
Well, at most, if you're lucky, it'll give just one. Actually, you don't, from the non-skinned weapons, you actually don't get any blue materials. The only ones where you get some blue materials is from skinned weapons.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think I had seen that. And pistols, blue pistols. I think you only get silver in there.
No,
right?
yeah, you only get silver. You only get for the blue weapons. You don't get any green or blue.
Yeah. So if they did that, then you could use, and then also, like I said, the cash is really useless. But if you need that to level stuff up,
well, the
sure,
cash you use the cash to level the shit up. So that's
yeah. So you could keep that, but let's change the gold and raise that up because it's hard to get without stealing mommy's credit card, and then
Ozzy.
Also. Also,
Ozzy always broke the damn credit card in AP.
Bitch ass.
But it's just a
side note.
It's just the fucking thing that it's almost like it's promoting almost like a gambling perspective. You have a chance to get what you really have your eye on, but the likeliness is 0.001 chance that you're gonna fucking. That's ridiculous, bro. Like, at least give us a sure thing that, hey, you keep doing your shit, we'll keep doing our shit. You keep coming back every day for 30 days, or you skip a day, whatever, but you still have your progress. Then guess what? Your ass is getting a delta, and you're happy. We're happy, and
Everyone's
you're playing
happy.
my fucking You're playing my game for and wanting to spend money because. You still need the blue credit things, right? So we're gonna, or trying to at least get another one, but then you have kind of like a start to something, snowball effect. But if you have nothing, then you have nothing to lose. Then
So
why
who
the
cares?
fuck am I playing this
So
game?
who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that was, that like you said, the AG10. Who the fuck? I don't even think a noob should be playing with an AG10, bro.
No,
Seriously.
I mean,
Like that, R.I.P.
bloody hell,
bro.
a
Like, put 'em in
non-skinned UNK is better than the AG10. Like that's,
Well, that's a given, dumbass. Duh.
Well,
It's a fucking unk.
true.
It's a unk, dumbass. Duh.
Okay. Anyway, let's not start our relationship issues right now, Cowboy. So, side note.
Yeah.
But
Whatever.
no, but I get what you're saying, and I don't know. I mean, there's some big potential there. It's just the fact of if they would actually do it. That's the big thing, So that's the big annoying thing right now. Is everybody still there?
Yep.
Oh.
I mean, it's just the thing was that like I said, it was fun when we didn't have shit, but yet we played with what we had. Now it's like everybody's got crazy shit, but if you don't have crazy shit, and it's like you're putting it to chance. Even though we've been playing for the same amount, you just happen to have something better than me. That it's not fair, but it's just kind of, if you ask me, it's kind of ridiculous. That a noob has a better, has just the same amount of chance as a pro player.
Yeah.
That's fucking, that's wild. That's what I'm saying. There's no I don't think that it's chance, but I feel like if it is, either way you look at it, it's still fucked up. You know, I feel that if they really want their game to, you know, be something after everybody's kind of already proven to themselves and others that it's nothing as of right now, that they got some serious changes that they need to consider that stem from the community.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. X Gaming, that's what I'm talking about. Is they no longer have the events like they used to. Because supposedly people in the community told them that they got bored with doing the same thing. Now, I agree with that to a degree. I agree that when they had it to where the same thing like Gamma was going on for a whole month or two, that was boring.
Right.
That was really boring. I agree with that. But then they had it to where it was on 3-day rotations. I like that idea. But now they have it on 1-day rotations. You don't know what's going to be the next day. I don't like that. I don't. I've never liked it since it's come out. And but for some reason they are like, we had players, and that's, you know, I'm not trying to talk bad, but one of the devs that I was trying to address this with was like shot me down, was like, well, we don't, you know, we have feedback from the players that, you know, this is what they like, and, you know, we're, you know, pretty much they're not going to do anything about it. And I'm with you, X Gaming. I'm like, who the hell, what players are you talking to? You know, because all the players I've talked to were like, they don't like it. Yeah, capture Gamma. Well, that's the thing, and that's the thing that's boring, is because there's no players in the servers anymore. Is because and that's what Cowboy and I have been trying to talk about, is because they're doing stuff. They're not giving good rewards. They're not, you know, making it easier, rewarding XP. They're not making it. They're not doing anything to where people are like, we're done. They're not wanting to play. We've lost. They've lost a big amount of their heavy hitter players in AP, and, you know, so there's nobody in the servers anymore, and the events are constantly going on rotations. You don't know what you're getting the next day, which, you know, the rotation is fine, and that's what I had mentioned before, is if it's, say, the first 3 days is Gamma Protocol, like what you're saying, you're wanting to play the events. It's like the first 3 days are Gamma Protocol, and you can rank up from playing that. Not stinking just playing and then getting crap XP. No, playing, ranking up to get the new materials. Not chance materials or whatever. Get the new materials. Okay, so the first 3 days are done. The next 3 days could be capture the flag. And then it's the same thing over. You play, you rank up to try to get XP. And then, you know, the seasonal event, you know, right now it's called Sea Trace. I don't know why it's called Sea Trace, because there's nothing Sea Trace in it, but whatever. It's like it's level 200, but they're giving you crap XP for playing, and it's like, what's the point of trying to get to level 200? I mean, it takes you every bit of 30 days to get this stuff, except XWAR. I don't know what the heck that dude's on. I'm not talking bad about him, but I don't know what the heck that dude's on. But he gets it done in like a week or so. I don't know what that dude's on, but anyway, it's like, if you're gonna make this XP hard, if you're gonna give crap XP every game, don't make it 200. Make it level 50, 100 at the max. That's it. Don't be doing all this level 200 crap. I think the level needs to be taken down. But, you know, and I think that would be a good compromise, personally, where you're still getting the rotation stuff, where people aren't losing interest, but it's giving people a motive to come back and play again. Oh, we're getting better rewards, so I'm getting the blue material stuff, so I can upgrade my weapons or gear. And it's giving people motive, and I feel that would be a better way to try to get the players back in, because the way they're going now, like you were saying, XWAR, And one player on Twitter was saying, you're not going to get players back with this new gear that you're adding. And that was kind of the thing when I was communicating with the devs before this update came out, and they were like, "Oh, try the gear out." I'm just kind of like, why are you guys adding another gear? Like, you guys already have a big roster of gear. Everybody knows that AP is the big thing about AP is their gear, and it's kind of, why are you adding another gear? And it's just giving something else for people to have to try to spend money to get. And I and it's supposedly giving you the the blue materials and all this kind of stuff. I just don't like that. I feel, because that's making, going back to what Killer was saying, it's making the common player or noob, it's like, well, I have no chance of getting that, and they need to have options for players that, if they want to get extra rewards or not have to do as much, yeah, try to get that gear. And then when you get that gear, then yeah, you're going to get the better stuff. But for the common player, or for like me, Cowboy, and other people that just don't have time to just play nonstop, it's like, make it to where we can play and still get rewards. Be able to play ranked event and be like, oh, well, if I get up to this rank, I'll get so many of the blue materials. Okay, well, that's, say, like, you get master, you get 200 or 300 blue materials. Well, that's 200 and 300 towards, me upgrading the one Delta weapon that I have. You guys get what I'm saying? So, that's just my thinking. So, okay. Let me see. Added gear, not.
But it's kind of disheartening to see that this game kind of, it was such a, very tight knit type of thing, considering, let's say Call of Duty, right? There are millions.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, X Gaming. Sorry.
There are no, you're good. There are millions of people that play.
In 3 days, they had over 50 million downloads.
Right. So that goes to prove how, huge that platform is. But the fact that we were able to, as a community, the OGs like Flash, all Masked Anger, all these guys get wrecked. All of them, how they all kind of got together and hey, this is where we're gonna make the central, and then from there, they had little branch off channels and stuff. But it was what, maybe 100, and then out of those 100 and something people that were in there, you'd have 70 that were semi, every month, maybe checking in once or twice or whatever. And then you had, 30 at most people that were always kind of, looking at it. But the fact that we were, that, considering what Call of Duty is, that was pretty tight knit. So we had it pretty down to a T almost of everybody in Afterpulse that was somebody, and that figured out, to join and whatever. And, no matter how much insight we've put in, it's just now clicking. Like, we're just now getting our shit together after it's been 2 years of us complaining about something, like, I don't understand how they just keep on, like I said, it's getting to the point where it's laziness, it's desperation, it's just not the same,
Yeah. And that's what's sad.
I just don't understand. You know, it's not like it was, because when you had a 3-star GL, it was skill, because you had to hit them so many times, or you had to do it perfectly. Now you just sit back and, you know, camp with whatever shitty gear, you know, just be an asshole, and yeah, you'll rank up for sure, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Assault and
But
SMG protection when that shit was going through the game, and you know
right,
every person was wearing it. Yeah.
and that's, you know, whatever. At this point, I'm no longer in the game, so I'm not pushing anything. But it was bullshit, you know, plain and simple. It was, you know, and sure, you know, yeah, who the fuck am I to tell you whatever? But the devs shouldn't have allowed that, and the people should realize what they were doing at that time, because any type of support towards that came at a cost. Whether you've seen it, you know, it came at a cost of new players. It came at a cost of OG players that, you know, were just getting fed up because it was no longer about skill. You know, whether or not things have advanced, but it still blocked the skill part of it. You know, it was who had the money that paid to get the, you know, the gear that was stopping whatever. It was, you know, how much of an ass you wanted to be, but it was, you know, whatever. You know, it's to be determined on anybody's part, but it shouldn't have come to that. It should have been, you know, it should have been mediated, you know, by the developers, if you ask me.
Yeah, it should have been handled. And I remember when it was going around, Willis was sending a thing out to the devs that it needed to be addressed, and that gear needed to either have that ability taken away, or having that perk, all these gear, put some kind of, have it set to where if people put all these gears together, that it didn't have that effect. You know, it didn't give that protection.
And I can respect that. You know, I can respect that input that he gave, but then I also kind of understand now why he kind of contradicted himself in using it sometimes, because,
well, he wore it for a little bit.
Well,
but
that's what I'm saying. You know, he contradicted, but I could kind of understand more now why he did that. Because, you know, it was almost to the point, why not?
Yeah,
the devs aren't giving a fuck, you know, and they're not taking anything into consideration. They're not listening. So, you know.
But that was old stuff that was in the past, and you know, at least it's not a thing now. But the point that you're making is that it wasn't dealt with.
But it could repeat.
Yeah.
Well, that's
the issue is now is you're having gear that they're releasing, like the man, I forgot the name of it. Is you've got over 70,000 defense maxed out, and you're freaking running with this gear. It's the man, I forgot the name of the gear, but it's that tanky SOB, and not, oh shit, it's even more than that. It's 98,000 defense. Holy
God damn.
For the new one. Yeah, for the new one. Yeah, exactly. And then you're able to run like an assault gear. Like it had suit, and that was one thing that I believe it was Get Wrecked. He was saying that was beyond ridiculous, and I agree with him. You know, this gear now is getting so OP'd, and then the weapons aren't effective. So and then you have a new player or a player that is, you know, a moderate player that's maybe been playing.
They can't get the fucking weapon.
Yeah, well, even the good weapons aren't effective on that kind of gear.
Right.
And then you have a moderate player that's been playing maybe only a few months, or a new player. They come across this son of a bitch like that, they're going to lose interest in playing the game. Like, it's like, well, screw this. If this is full of people like that,
to me, I stand by. I say let them lay in it, bro. Let them stay like that. You know, I don't associate with Afterpulse in any way anymore. I've kind of distanced myself in terms, but it's still, and in my opinion, it's not worth it in today's gaming. It's just not worth salvaging, because even if they did all the things that we've listed, which I highly doubt that they will. In fact, I'll even say it's impossible that they'll incorporate any of the things discussed in this. But even if they did, it's still so far gone that we've kind of, as a community, we've kind of moved on to bigger and better things. We have people that have kind of split from Afterpulse and then split to other games, from, whether it's Call of Duty or Battle Prime or whatever else. It's kind of like, it's kind of divided us.
Yeah.
And it sucks, but we're still kind of every once in a while, talking to each other. But from what it was and what it's become, it's
what it was and then what it is now is
tragic.
Yeah, it is, and that's what's sad,
Yeah, that something was ruined to the point that it was ruined for all. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody that that had any influence or had any type of say in opinion, and like actually had a platform or whatever to discuss, it is either gone, fixing to go, or just blinded by their own views on it. But I mean, I think that it's pretty much, it's not going to change. Like I said, whether or not they fix things, even if it is too late, it still isn't fixed. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, the
damage has already been done, and the players have already moved on, like you said, is what you're saying.
Well, right. But also, like I said, it's the fundamentals that they're not changing. And that's what it takes to have a successful game in this time, because their fundamentals were money and a hell of a lot of time and not very much appreciation. And it's now the same way, whether you agree or not. The gold takes money. The getting gears to dismantle takes time. It's the same thing. Sure, they changed the on paper, on video, on perspective, but the fundamentals stayed the same.
Yeah.
I mean, if you can't see that, I don't know what to tell you. But I mean, literally, nothing has changed. It's just a different way to look at it. That's my opinion. They just kind of, quote unquote, made it better, but is it really better? You be the judge. If it's taken us still a hell of a long time to get things to dismantle, and then even when you do get them, they don't give you anything for the dismantle, then has our problem really been fixed?
No,
or is it just
really.
kind of, it's kind of beating around the bush?
It's been changed enough that it's different, but it's not really changed.
No, not at all.
X Gaming said their fundamental is crate system. Yeah, I can see that.
Either that or child gambling. You decide. I mean,
Should I waste $1,500 on this and I might get something good?
Exactly.
Nope. Yeah.
Instead, make it a choice of, do I want this certain thing? Like, do I, should I log in every 30 days to get this Delta, which would be an excellent idea if
Well,
if you ask,
I've said for
if
a
you
long
ask
time,
me,
if they're gonna, I've said for a long time, even back when we were constantly playing AP, if you're gonna make this game to pay a win, make it to where I'm 100% sure that I'm getting what I'm getting. Like,
yeah,
I people will pay that. I would pay that if I'm 100% sure that if I'm paying $20 that I get this particular, if I get an AARS at 6-star, blah, 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 on top of a bunch of other crates, I'd be like, all right, I can do that.
okay, but
You're going to make it pay to win. Don't make it to where you're spending money and the people that are spending money are still getting screwed.
But also keep in mind that the new players need something. They won't have the quote unquote AARS, but they'll have a fucking KM, whatever the fuck, double finger blast and whatever the fucking thing is. Let them have that has the same stats, but it doesn't look the same because you're paying for the look. You're paying for the appearance. But let the noobs have something that works the same way, but it's not as wow, it's not as cool, whatever.
I get what you're saying. X Gaming, I'll ask them. I'm not sure if they will do a personal live Q&A. They might. I'll talk to one of the guys, one of the devs, and I'll see. They were aware that I was doing this, so it just I don't know. They might not. So, or they might just, maybe after watching this, they might or if they even watch this,
if they even put any forethought and care into
it, they might do a live voice chat with everyone. I'll see if I can make that happen. This dude's invisible.
Well, you know what they better do? If they're gonna do that, put a fucking dev that's semi-understanding and knows what he's talking about, because some of these developers,
that guy was invisible.
I'm only a player, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
like,
it's a
I'm
pistol
an
and a
OG
gun.
player.
I'm clipping that. That's a pistol and a gun. AP glitches, man. AP glitches.
But like us, I'm only a AP, vet. But at least I have some insight into the game more than some of I would say even more than some of these devs that have the inside scoop and whatever, because I don't, like I said, the whole thing, two minds are better than one. It's not, not technically wrong, because you can argue points and create something that's suited for all instead of suited for your perspective on the game as a developer. So
yeah, it's
kind of
it's kind of a conflict. If you're you're the developer, it's I get what you're saying.
But definitely, if you're gonna bring somebody that knows a little bit about what we're talking about and that can voice an opinion that doesn't sound like complete dog shit.
Well,
I'm just saying.
I'll try and see. If you guys are seriously and would seriously talk to them, drop a like, leave a comment, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I can't promise anything, but I'll see what I can do.
I'll see what I can figure out.
Ain't gonna do that, but I'll see if I can get one or two of them to do a live chat. So,
yep.
Only you would turn it messed up, cowboy.
Yes. Yeah. No, but for real, is there hope? Yeah. I mean, there's hope with everything. They can fix whatever they can still become a competitor to some other things. And make it more, available for veterans and
They don't need to
to
talk.
come
They
back.
just need to take notes. Yeah, true.
That I'll second that.
X gaming, X gaming. They don't need to talk. Just take notes.
I agree.
Well put.
I agree.
But
they.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
They also got to realize that as much as they might think, they're not the hottest shit, especially as of right now. So
well, ever since COD came out, no.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Because the only competitive first shooter game that was out there before COD was MC5 and MC Versus, which that game got corrupted because of all the hackers that were in it. So but anyway, yeah. I mean,
they still need to, fix the fundamentals of it, though. They need to at least do a little tweaking. Let's see forethought and effort into trying, to make it a more cohesive environment for all players.
Yeah, I think a good step in something would be either one. Yeah, I agree with you. I see what you're saying, X Gaming. But I think like a start, maybe not doing everything all at once, but like you said, Cowboy, do stuff little by little, showing that you're putting an effort into it, that you're listening to us players. Like, say the first thing they do would be rewarding better XP in games. Okay, at least that's something. Okay, the players are like, all right, they heard us, they're rewarding us with better XP. Then the next thing would be, okay, so we're taking away the 1-day rotation. We're going to put it back on 3-day rotations, and you're going to get blue materials for ranking up. Awesome. And
yeah.
And that gives, like I said, that gives the players something to play for. Something, because right now, what's the point of playing? There's
absolutely nothing.
There's no players. My friends aren't playing AP anymore. So it's like and I'm constantly getting with bots, and that's just boring. So, it's like, and then that 1-day rotation thing with, it's only Shamrock weapons, and then the next day it's only whatever. That's annoying. Take that away. Just get rid of it. If they just don't do anything, if they don't do everything all at once, I understand, but do stuff starting out with better XP, and then, taking away 200 levels of the event, like that would be another thing. But that's not a major issue, because if they're rewarding better XP, they're not going to take 200 levels away. So it's all we can do is just throw suggestions out, throw ideas. That's what I'm trying to do, and I've pretty much said what I'm wanting to say. So.
Yeah, same way. I think I made my point very clear. But if they don't take any advice, they can kiss my royal ass.
But X Gaming, I'll see what I can do. Monday I'll talk to the one dev I talked to, and I'll see if they'll be willing to do a Q&A with everybody. So we'll see how that. I'll let you guys know. I'll keep you all updated on that.
And if they do, that's a step in the right direction of listening. At least listening to what we have to say, not agreeing with everything. That's fair enough. Because if we had it that way, shit, I'd say you give everybody whatever the fuck they want, right?
Yeah,
it's easy enough. But at least let it, let's have a median that we can agree to disagree and fix some things, because we're the players, we're the ones that are consuming the Afterpulse environment. Y'all are providing it. We're going through it. So let's have a better understanding and cohesive relationship between the developers and the players.
Yeah, X Gaming, I'd appreciate that. I mean, if you post, this live stream, and then if you, mention to them that I'm going to try to get the devs to do a Q&A in my server. Yeah, that's fine if you'd like to do that, man. Yeah, I tried to get Godez. I haven't heard from him in a while, but he hasn't been very active. So, but yeah, definitely, man. If you want to do that, I'm not going to stop you. I mean, the more AP players we have, the more voices, the more information being shared. The more they're going to realize. Because these. I'm not sure who or what players they're listening to. I don't know if they're like new players that are just being a bunch of little whinies. And if that's the case, they're listening to completely the wrong people. I don't mean that in the wrong way, but they need to be listening to the people that have invested time and money in their game. They need to be listening to the elites, not these little whiners that are coming in. Oh, I'm getting my butt kicked by these people. And yes, I'm constantly having to play the same thing for a month. It's like, don't... sorry, no offense. Don't. How long have you been playing? Only been playing for 3 weeks. Okay, sorry. You don't have a voice here. But I know that sounds a little wrong, but yet, is it though?
No.
It's they need to listen to the elite players that have invested hundreds of hours, time, and money in their game. So... But yeah, that's my little rant, I guess.
and until they do that, I say we put our foot down and let's fight for what we want.
Yeah, because this still, the game still can be fun to play when there's players and when there's it is still fun to play. But right now it's not fun to play. I'm being quite frank. It's not fun to play because there's nobody in them. There's nobody's playing them. I don't come across, elite players anymore, and I can't play with, Cowboy, Pond, Aussie, or whatever because they've completely given up on the game. So it's except Cowboy. I mean, I don't know if there was some changes. I think Cowboy might consider coming back, but
if they fix this shit, maybe. But as of right now, wow.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I get what you're saying, and that's why, like I said, AP's got sentimental value to me, so I'm going to try to do what I can to try to
fix the fucking shit.
Yeah. I'm going to try to do what I can because I'm trying to use my platform now because my community has been built on AP, and I just feel that now, I know it may be delayed. And I apologize, but I'm trying to use my platform now to get you guys to share your thoughts and your frustrations, and like Cowboy said, let's try to come to a common ground and something to where the devs listen, and hopefully we can come to an agreement to try to add or take away some things to better the game. That's all I'm trying. I'm not here trying to just bash the AP devs. But it's just
that's what I'm here for.
There's still things that can be improved on it to make the gaming experience better. So
right,
and that's all I'm trying to do right now is trying and we're throwing ideas around, and some of the ideas probably bad, but it's just the major thing is there needs to be better XP and things. There needs to be rewards in events. There needs to be a reward in events so that there's something for the players to play for. Because right now, I mean, just going through this, it's not really good rewards, if we're being honest. I mean, it's not going through the event thing. It's not really good rewards. It's just random stuff, and it's not really helping you any. I mean, personally, that's just me. Yeah, there's the gear all the way at the fucking end of it, but if you're not getting scraps, barely scraps for XP, what's the point of playing it? To level up. So I just feel that better XP, and rank rewards back on the 3-day rotations. That's my three things majorly right now. So, and I think that would greatly improve the condition that AP is in right now. But that's just me. So, so it's, you guys can let me know what y'all think. So, but anyway, well, thank you guys for everyone that has stopped in and shared their thoughts. Cowboy, thank you for coming in and
no problem
sharing. And I hope that this was helpful. Anybody that might be watching this, and if you guys are interested, if you don't want to watch the shit, I don't even know how long I've been streaming, an hour and 30 minutes, I think. If you don't want to watch the whole thing, I'll try to put a condensed video together if you guys are interested in what we pretty much talked about in here. So let me know what you guys think, and if you want to see that, and also leave your comments in this video or in my Discord in the AP chat of what you think, improvements, your thoughts and things, and if you agree what Cowboy and I and X Gaming were talking about, let us know, and I will try to see if the devs are interested in doing a live Q&A, and I'll keep you guys posted in my Discord and on my social medias. If you're not following me, guys, be sure to give me a follow, check me out. Links are in the description. I will catch you guys in the next one. This is Deadshot52 signing off.